And we're here, I believe. Do we have audio? I hope we do, because I'm going to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Dragonlance Nexus Presents Dragons on the River of Time. My name is Ed McKeel. I'm your DM this evening. We have some familiar faces and a new face here this evening, and we'll get to that. I just want to say thank you for spending your Saturday evening with us. We know that you probably have a lot more to do, or if you're just chilling at home, well, we're glad you're here with us. Get yourself a beverage and get ready for some adventure. If you're new to the game, you can find our recorded sessions on YouTube. Search for Dragonlance Nexus. Give us a subscribe, please. We're also live streaming on Facebook under the Dragonlance or at Dragonlance Nexus handle, and of course Twitch under Dragonlance Nexus. Our info is to my right. No, bottom. Below me. There we go. So you can sub and like. Sorry, we have different screens and I never remember which one's on there. Another note, if you're looking for 5e Dragonlance, don't forget to download our free Tasselhoff's Pouches of Everything. It's all that you'll ever need to run a Dragonlance campaign in D&D 5th edition. Just Google Tasselhoff's Pouches of Everything. It should pop up. We also have our Adventure Path, Champions of Krynn, so check it out. We'd also like to say thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you're watching, we love you. You can find our Patreon link below in our background if you want to support the Dragonlance Nexus. It really goes to keeping our website hosted and, of course, paying for us to commission new art for the books that are coming out. So anyway, enough about me. It's been 2 months. The last time we gamed was April, so I'll definitely give us a little bit of a heads up of what happened last session. But we've got some new faces, so I want to introduce our new player for the evening, Megan. Why don't you tell us who you are and, of course, anything you want to tell about your character, even though she has not been introduced yet.
Hello, everybody. My name is Megan. I am the new player here tonight. I'm very excited to be here. This is super fun and exciting. I love it. I love being broadcast on all over social media, so I'm having the time of my life doing this. I am going to be playing. Well, I won't go into too much detail, but I'm going to be playing a human fighter, a Knight of Salamia. So we will get to meet her in a little bit. A little bit about me. I am the producer / showrunner of the Dragonlance Nexus's podcast, which is called the Dragonlance Canticle. And Ed just mentioned the Champions of Krynn Adventure Path, which the Nexus is developing. And I just recently did an actual play of the first part of the Champions of Krynn adventure. So that's going to be up on Dragonlance Canticle in a couple weeks. So head over to whatever subscription or whatever app you use to listen to podcasts. Go check that out. You can find it at Dragonlance Canticle. You can also find us at dragonlancenexus.com/podcast, and it should be up mid-July. Will be the first episode, and there'll be more. So subscribe, like, follow, etc., etc.
Thank you, Megan. And then we're really excited to see that play out. So I will definitely be watching. Let's see, what order? I'm going to go in the order that I see folks in my little video area. So, Weldon, let's start with you. Who are you? What do you do?
Well, I am playing the character of Ari Haversack, bounty hunter extraordinaire. And I gotta admit, it's been a while. So I'm very, very happy for us to join in and kill things. I recall in our last game, I survived the dragon.
You guys did.
Every killer should go into a dragon's lair, taunt the dragon, and run out and survive.
You did.
Slay the dragon.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment. We'll talk about that, but let's go to Trampus. Who are you? I think you're familiar around these parts.
Question. I'm told that I am somebody's familiar. I'm not certain whose. This big old dragon thinks I am. But anyway, I'm Trampus Whiteman. I am the administrator of the Dragonlance Nexus website. I hang around these guys, and they make me look good, and gal. And let's see. I am playing MacGuffin, who is a Tinker Gnome artificer. So he's a battlesmith, and part of that means that he gets to make his own robot bear buddy. The problem is last game, his robot bear buddy is now a big pile of sludge. So
Not sludge, spare parts.
we can rebuild them. We can make them stronger.
Yes.
And we're gonna just have a little fun. Also, I'm on my quest to become the Journey Gnome. It's kind of like the Journeyman, except a gnome.
Okay, John, let's go to you next.
All right, I am John Ryan. I am playing Erevan Moonwhisper, who is a Kaganesti elf, a warlock of the device of time journeying, which you can find the rules for that class on the Dragonlance Nexus. And recently, since our adventure started and we have found some ancient spell books, I have taken an interest in wizardry, and being an elf, coming from, the elven nation that I've been around a lot of wizards. I kind of picked some of the tricks up, so multi-classing into it wasn't as hard as it would be for the short-lived humans. So I have also taken 2 classes of wizard since we started. So warlock, wizard, Kaganesti elf.
Okay. All right, Tim.
Hi, I'm Tim Shiflett. I'm playing Garrus, the Minotaur fighter. Recently a member of the Blue Dragon Army, formerly of the White Dragon Army, captured by Solamnic Knights, and kind of has turned over a new leaf after the Blue Ladies War. Yes, as well, if we're talking about last session, it doesn't get any better in the Dragonlance game than to actually slay a dragon with a Dragonlance. Yes. So that was fantastic. That was a check off of the bucket list for me. So looking forward to seeing what happens as we continue on. Garrus also found a book written in High Ogre that he's having trouble reading because he doesn't technically speak High Ogre, but the Minotaur language is kind of a derivation off of that. So he's fumbling his way through it as right now. But anyway,
you do know that it is a book of runes.
Yeah,
and
surely
it may be something just as a friendly DM reminder to talk to mages about.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget.
Darn mages. Yeah.
Okay. So missing for now is Chuck, and he plays our intrepid dwarf paladin, Tarn Winteraxe. He will be coming in a little bit later this evening. He's just taking care of some family business, but we'll probably get to him after the break. Tim, if you don't mind taking care of his token, for now we're fine. But if we get to some stuff, we should be, if you don't mind.
No worries.
So
if I'm a little slow, I'm still recovering from COVID a little bit, so I apologize.
We really appreciate you being here this evening.
Yeah. We're on the mend. Yeah.
I'm glad you're feeling okay. So going back to kind of everybody was really amped up about last session because you guys killed a red dragon with the Dragonlance. And we'll get to that. I'm going to challenge you all that tonight might be another checklist or a check off that bucket list if we get there. I think we will. I think it'll be a fun surprise. And I'll leave it at that. So last session, you started basically Ari was sneaking into Immolatus, the Red Dragon's lair, because he had Magus' spellbook and a Dragonlance. And Ari had done a great job of sneaking, and then he was finally heard by the dragon, and then he had the brains to change his form to that of Pandora Kao, who is kind of the big bad of this campaign. She is a tiefling sorceress, which you guys have been kind of chasing through time since the first session. You guys have traveled quite a lot. You were kind of based out of the Anvil of Time for a while until she had attacked, and in that time you'd been mentored by the journeyman, and he knew he was going to die, and so he kind of sacrificed himself to make sure that you guys got out of there alive, and you were transported here to the Age of Dreams during the Third Dragon War. You found Magus had been kidnapped, and you rescued him, and obviously you were going back into the dragon's lair to go gather his spell book because he refused to help you unless he got his spell book back. You were able to go ahead and attack that dragon once. So somehow Ari survived the first assault by the dragon, and you guys were able to just kind of get in there and attack and really have just a crazy battle with some clever fighting and spells, and you ended up killing the red dragon and taking the horde. Sadly, during that battle, Kodiak, MacGuffin's faithful bear, I guess.
Steel Defender bear. There you go. Sorry.
He was destroyed. Did you end up taking his spare parts?
Yes.
Well,
no
good.
actual bears were harmed in the filming of that episode.
Correct.
Also, I might have taken some red dragon scales to see if there's anything we can do with that. So
you did. I do remember that as well.
I also had a lot of fun last game when I used my grease gun and caused the dragon to slip a little.
The dragon slipped. Even with trying to use his wings, I rolled a natural 1. And,
I've never seen that in a game before. It was great.
Leave it up to me. So after the battle, you guys kind of gathered the dragon's horde. There were a few magic items that we'll talk about in the little cleanup phase. And you guys had a conversation with Magus, and he kind of agreed that he was going to try and help you make the next move. And you were talking about you're here for an ancient artifact blessed by the dark gods and mostly Takesis, called the Axe of Emperors. And you know that it's owned right now by a kind of the self-proclaimed king of the ogres, Garrett Draken, and in his citadel, which is in Urgoth. So he said he would help you, and he said he knows that there is a temporal paradox. Basically, what had happened was Pandora, when Magus was supposed to be taken by Galen Dracos to his fortress, Pandora kidnapped him, used magic like a gate spell, and basically was able to defeat him with the help of the red dragon, and creating a paradox in where Magus was not in the place he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be being tortured by Galen Dracos so he could help Huma kill Dracos and eventually take on Takesis. That has not happened, and so there's some bad time things going on. And he said he's ready to accept his fate as you were all sitting around the enchanted table in his tower having a meal. So before we go back to that moment, so killing that dragon was a big deal. Everyone gets +1 to inspiration. Megan, that you can have 1 inspiration point as well. We've house ruled where we're allowing to have 2 inspiration points per character as a max instead of just 1. Okay. We are in session 16 in Urgoth. It is currently 8 in the morning on the 3rd of Ramont, 1080 PC. The campaign is 15 days of game time, even though we've been gaming for almost 2 years.
Have we?
Getting there. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that explains all the gray hairs I'm seeing recently.
Right. So this is session 16, and we've been going every other month lately.
I think June is our actual anniversary start.
Right.
Wow.
Well, happy anniversary, everybody.
Thank you. Well, we're happy to have you here. I didn't even realize it was this was the month for our 2-year anniversary. Wow. Now I even feel
Everybody
older
gets
than
3
I did
levels.
before. So I want to do an inspiration check. I believe, Ari, you should have, how many inspiration points would you have right now?
I should have had the one you just gave me because
Okay.
I spent, I think, 2 in the last.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you had some crazy. Yeah, Erevan, what about you?
I believe I spent 1 last time, and I started with 2.
So you're
I
back
should
up to
be
2.
Back up to 2.
Garrus, I believe that puts you at 1.
I'm at 1, and Tarn is also at 1.
Okay. And MacGuffin?
I
Probably
think
1 as well.
we'll go with that because I don't remember.
Okay. All right. So last session we lost Kodiak. That was the only thing that we lost. So I'm just going to hand wave that through identification and all of the stuff that occurred last session, because you are in the Tower of Mages. Whatever you didn't identify, you're getting identified. So here's the stuff that you gained. You gained a potion of healing, a spell scroll of produce flame, a spell scroll of witch bolt, goggles of night. Those were those special goggles. A spell scroll of augury. That's a 2nd level spell scroll. A potion of hill giant strength. A potion of superior healing. And mixed gems and gold equaling 10,000 gold pieces. The gems account for about 2,000 of that. And I'm telling you, that bag of holding is reaching maximum capacity. You got so much crap in there, Ari.
Yeah. All right.
So
let's see. So I should have on my list. I have the potion of healings, the hill giant strength. Ervin has the scrolls, and MacGuffin has the goggles of night.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hey Ed, what was the first scroll you have? Down I have Witch Bolt, Augury,
And produce flame.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so MacGuffin needs to spend 8 hours to fully read the journeyman's diary. We have not completed that 8 hours as of yet, because you guys just took an 8-hour rest. Erevan, last session, you realized you were, at the end of the battle, you realized that you were able to attempt to detect the device of time journeying if you're on the same plane, to know if it's there or not. And now when you make that check, it'll be a caster level check plus your proficiency bonus to do that. Okay, and if the device is on the same plane as you, you will be able to utilize some of the artifact's power.
Okay, sweet.
Okay. So let's go back. Travis, can you put us into the battle map now, please? Thank you for that, and I appreciate you sending me that message. Sorry, I just was still in the middle. Okay, so Magus has basically just come out and said to you all that as you've been, everyone is sitting around kind of eating dinner, and he said that he's ready to save his friend's life, even if it means that he has to die. So as you're talking, I'm just kind of gonna data dump a little bit here instead of like having a natural conversation. He understands that he exists right now due to a time paradox, and he theorizes that if he is returned back to the exact moment he was abducted by Pandora Kao, it would probably correct the timeline issue. He does say, though, that by him traveling back to that point in time, you all might experience some type of timeline river shift, and he does not know what that would mean.
If we return back to that timeline with you, that moment in time, wouldn't there then be 2 of you?
So we would have to exactly time it to where as soon as I was being kidnapped, you would put me into the spot that I disappeared from. At that time frame, I was in a battle with some blackguards, myself and Huma, and his manservant Kaz, and that's the ongoing joke right now, Megan. Huma is just this
just digging into the table with his fork.
You're killing me.
I cannot wait for you to sacrifice.
They didn't like each other, guys. Okay. So,
I can't wait for you to sacrifice yourself.
where was I? And as soon as I felt as I was being taken, under me, a spell was cast and I fell. And I believe that spell to be a gate spell, higher level magic, almost even out of my ability to cast. And so my thought is, we have here a patron of the device of time journeying. Master Erevan, how would you feel of perhaps a little training?
I would be honored.
Very well. So he kind of whispers a few words, and a book appears in front of you, and it kind of flops down right on your dinner plate. But you notice that the food doesn't stick to it. And written in Magus, the title of the book is The River of Time and Mastery of Its Eddies.
Ooh, I like Eddie. He was a nice guy.
Cool DM.
I like being the master of Eddie.
Master Erevan, take some time to study that, and then you and I shall have a conversation, and we will see if you'll be able to master the device or its powers.
And I think as far as getting to the right spot, I could help you with the math. I've already written a 30-page dysentery on
Dysentery?
30 page
Dysentery?
my
Oh.
word.
So you have a disease?
Dissertation.
Dysentery seems to be the appropriate stuff.
Oh my gosh, I had working
Shall I
trail.
summon a cleric, sir?
After you read it, they feel like you have dysentery.
I died of dysentery. He was tired of me.
Master Gnome, perhaps I do not need to know too much about all of your travels. I have a contact, a Salamnic knight who was introduced to me by Master Human. She owes me a favor, and the thought is perhaps I speak with her, see if she can get you to the Citadel, and Master Erevan here takes me exactly where I need to be, so I can make my sacrifice to save my friend and the world. Besides, they'll name things after me. I know my sacrifice will not go in vain.
A staff, a dagger,
Yes, my staff.
the
language.
entire language of magic.
I'll pick the book up and notice that I don't have to brush off the mashed potatoes and peas that I thought would be stuck to it. I'll just kind of nod to Magius, and if you'll excuse me, I have some reading to begin.
Okay, so I'm guessing Erevan goes and reads that book. Trampus, have you researched what it takes to bring your Steel Defender back?
So it's actually not that bad at all. Let's see. So it gains 2d6 hit points if mending's cast on it. If it's died within the last hour, you can use your smith's tools as an action to revive it, provided you're within 5 feet of it, and you expend a spell slot of first level or higher. The Steel Defender returns to life 1 minute with all its hit points restored.
So we kind of passed that moment.
At the end of a long rest, you can create a new Steel Defender if you have your Smith's tools, but if you already have a Steel Defender, that one perishes in favor of the new one.
So I don't think it's an issue just to say you had all your tools. We can just hand wave it to say you rested, you brought Kodiak back. Would you have made any changes to Kodiak visible?
I'm a tinker gnome. Of course I would. What I am wondering is, can I use the red dragon scales to kind of give him a red plating that would give him resistance to fire damage, and if I might be so bold, a minor little breath weapon.
Is that something that you can normally do?
I have no idea.
Okay, so I will say that I'm not going to say no to that, but I'm going to say no to it for right now. I would say you'd have to research a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I realize that's a good idea, and I'm open to that. But I would say let's have a conversation with that like offline, and maybe that's something that we can work into the next session. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'll make a note.
I figured something he's got a theory about.
Of course.
But at this point, he is just focused
that's
on
super
reading
cool.
the journey.
I like it.
Also, he updated his map of the River of Time.
Right. Okay. So, Megan. So as you guys kind of go off to, before I make it 1 second, as you guys are kind of going off to your own business, obviously there's beds here and there's a little library here. Oh, Tim, do I need to kick you in the butt?
As long as we're here, I was just waiting for a lull in the conversation. But yeah, if Magius is still here and still sitting, like around, as soon as Erevan runs off, I was going to ask Erevan to do it, but he's got other things to read. I'll show Magius the book and say it looks like some kind of manufacturing, some kind of runes, but it definitely seems like it's some sort of magic.
So he mumbles a few things, casts a spell. Ah, yes, this is Hyoga, ancient. So this book was written well before the ogres descended into the brutes that they are now. When they were magical beings. This seems to be a book of power, and it shall teach you the power of runes and the magic of the runes that you can summon once you have utilized, memorized their alphabet and the knowledge of the power that comes with their use. Protection, strength, all types of things.
Interesting.
So there's a book on the bookshelf. I don't remember exactly what it is. It's probably very dusty.
The cipher?
It would give you the basis you would need to start studying the language, at the very least.
You're not opposed to me borrowing, or I assume, I don't know when I'll be able to give it back.
I'm soon to die, so please, just take the book. I think
okay.
It's just going to collect dust here.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll head over to the library and...
All right, and you're there for probably a good solid 30 minutes looking through.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stuff there. All right. So Megan, let's get to you. You have gotten off watch. I'm not gonna put on the map yet because I'm gonna save that. But you have a tent. Over the last several weeks, your military group has suffered major casualties to the point to where your commanding officer and the executive officer had both died. That means that you had taken a battlefield commission to the rank of captain and took over what was left. Serving under you, you have 3 other knights. One is a sword knight, 2 are crown knights. You have a cleric of paladin, a female cleric of paladin, and a number of acolytes that follow her, and then probably about 10 remaining soldiers, and then of course 4 dragons in your group. And
I would never go anywhere with less than 4 dragons.
Of course. Well, and so your wing of dragons actually had more involvement. All that's left are the younger ones. There are 3 bronze dragons and 1 copper, and the copper dragon is the one that you've kind of bonded with. Let me just tell you what his name is. Oh Lord, where we're at. So your copper dragon that you've ridden is her name is Shine, and she's feisty, as most copper dragons are, and talkative. But somehow you guys bonded over the war over the last year as you've been riding this dragon. But anyway, you had the late watch because obviously you don't have a lot of manpower, so everybody's serving on watch. So you had settled down. It's about 8 in the morning, and all of a sudden, a red robe mage shows up in your tent, and he says, "Shirak," and your tent lights up, and you know it's Magus. You've met him a number of times when in some of the adventures that they had Huma and Kaz, and you're familiar with them, and you've campaigned with them here and there. At one point, Magus did save your life, and he's now come to call. Ah, my dear lady, it is time to pay the piper.
So Elnora is my character. Her name is Elnora. She's laying there in her bedroll. Mm-hmm. She's not exactly in night clothes. She's probably just basically went to sleep in her, at least maybe not her full armor, but she's never quite away from at least an underlayer of armor. So she's laying there, and she hears Magus pop his head in, and she just kind of opens her eye and looks up.
He showed up inside your tent.
He
teleported inside it.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So he shows up in the tent, and she hears him, and she kind of opens her eye and looks up at him, and she said, "Sir Mage, Master Mage, I am truly grateful for you saving my life, and I owe you a debt of honor. However, I don't believe that a debt of honor extends to waking somebody up after they've just had a long watch by themselves. I hope this is important."
It is very. So he bows politely, and it's funny too because you're in a battle tent, and so you've taken the tent that was previously by the commanding officer, so it's not that big, but he's a tall guy too, and so he's kind of like bending down. So are you ready to travel, my lady? And he doesn't even wait. He just says a couple words, and you in your bedroll and all of your stuff show up here in this room.
Okay.
So, Erevan and MacGuffin, where were you guys? Where would you be studying, by the way?
Library area.
Okay. Erevan?
Yeah, is there chairs near the bookshelves over there?
There is a chair here.
Okay.
And it's more like a bench.
Right over that way?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's where I'll go.
All right. And I'm going to say you're over here. So, Ari, you're closest to this door over here. Go ahead and give me a perception roll. Yeah, so you saw a flutter of blue light come from the hallway. All right, so let's go back to you, Megan. So Lady Elnora is in her bedroll. Your armor and your weapons are next to you, including most of your personal belongings, but not everything, just weapons, armor, things like that. And he says, "My dear lady, make yourself decent."
Elnora kind of swears under her breath as she begins to rise to her feet. She's not particularly modest, living among soldiers. She's an exceptionally rare female knight of Solamnia, and sometimes you just have to accept you're not going to get all the privacy you want all the time. Mm-hmm. So she's not too put out by it, but it is a bit.
As you're getting up, you see a Kender in dark leather armor staring at you from the doorway.
Magus, you didn't say there would be Kender involved.
He didn't say there wouldn't be Kender.
Wasn't my choice. get decent. And so he walks and he kind of comes over. He passes through the doorway, pats Ari on the head, and comes back into the room and pours himself a glass of wine.
She says, Kender, do you know how to help with put armor on?
You're muted, Weldon.
No, that's actually how his character talks.
That's
Sure. I'd be happy to help. But I don't exactly know how to put any armor on, this figure.
Just do what I tell you, she says,
Oh, jeez.
kind of just wanting to get this process over with.
Perhaps I should have created this situation.
She says, just mind your hands and do what I tell you.
Mind my hands. Okay,
That's what
sure.
my wife says.
What's this?
Name.
Starts going through the bedrolls or whatever, like armor stuff.
So what kind of armor do you have, Megan? Or
I
Lady
have-
Eleanor?
I have chainmail, so
Okay.
it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out, but a little help.
So why don't you give us a brief description of what your character looks like, if that's okay?
Okay. So Lady Elnora, Lady Elnora Sunsgrace. She is a pure-blooded Salamnic woman. She has long, sort of fiery red hair. She has fair skin. She's taller than average for a woman, about 5'10". She's well muscled from her, not from like pumping iron, but from just her time among the soldiers. She's well muscled and kind of a lean figure, but I would say deceptively strong. She's did I say how old she is? She's about in her early 30s. If she was all done up with her hair nice and wearing a nice dress, she'd look like a very elegant lady. But after serving in the war, she just kind of doesn't have time for that stuff anymore.
Right. And I never asked what sect of the knighthood does she serve in?
She's a Knight of the Sword.
Okay, awesome. All right. Okay, so Ari, how you helping her get her chainmail on? What's the deal?
Well, okay. So first, what did she bring with her?
So she's got a bedroll. All your personal items.
Basically
and-
my
I'm
equipment,
now
yeah.
rooting through it, going like, okay.
Wait, no, don't touch
Back
that. That's
toward
my
her.
sword. Don't touch that.
Yeah.
Here,
Three
come over here.
different
Come over here.
Okay.
Stand up on this stool and hold it like this. She gives him the chain.
And
now.
you're that stool in the
Chainmail's the
tent did
key.
actually teleport.
So she puts.
I'm just like not looking at her, going like, okay, I'm not gonna be like obviously indecent here.
Ari is
All
not
right.
an average Kender, to be fair.
This is a no handling zone.
So, but she'll be able to talk him through it. So she's got herself kitted out.
Okay. So we'll say
She'll-
just
she'll
a
put her
few-
long sword in its sheath, and she's got her shield on her back. She's ready to go in case she finds any more strange people in this castle or this tower.
Strange.
Define
Okay,
strange.
so this is just me being your nice, friendly Candor, but I'm kind of commenting that your chainmail, is not fine. But somewhere, and I go start rooting through the bag of holding. I think we had plate mail somewhere. I don't know if I gave it
We
to
do have plate
Garrett
mail.
or anyone else.
But to
You
be
did.
fair, it was worn by a hobgoblin.
I'm not wearing goblin armor. And
Yeah. Okay.
So it
never
probably
get
stinks.
you can never get the smell out.
True
Okay.
story.
All right. So back to the
I
plate
appreciate
mail
the
into bag of
Why
holding.
don't you wear the goblin armor? You could fit some goblin armor.
It wouldn't fit my style. Makes too much noise. No worries there. Let's see, what else? Potions of healing, wineskin, you don't need that. Chocolates?
Oh, I might after this.
So you see the Kender, he's
chocolate,
digging through this
coffee,
bag, and
a
like the
cookie.
stuff that he's pulling out belies the size of the bag.
I'm like, what?
Like you saw him pull some parts of like plate armor out, and the bag is like
The bag
maybe
is
this
kind
big.
of this small. Ugh.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
So
it's
she's trying
definitely
to-
some type of sorcery.
She's kind of leaning over him, trying to like look in the bag to try to figure out like if this is some optical illusion. But she knows Magius is a wizard, so she's prepared for strange things, but she doesn't have too much experience with magic. She's more a sword and shield type.
Way too much gold in this bag.
Oh, I'll take some of
Tossing it
that.
aside a little bit.
Yeah, there's like 12,000 pieces of gold in there or something.
What else is in here? God, I really need to sort this out sometime. All right, a crossbow. Okay.
Oh, I've got one of those.
Gold.
Oh, she's got a crossbow, by the way. I'm gonna strap that on too.
All right.
Okay. So, I think. Are you decent? I mean, I'm not looking.
I'm decent. I'm decent. It's okay. You're free to look.
Okay. Huh. You're pretty tall for a human.
And to be honest, Lady Elnora, this is the most tame Kender you've ever met.
Well, that's a relief.
He's kept his hands mostly to himself, other than digging through his own bag, and hasn't like looked at you or curiously done anything that normal Kender might do.
Other than picked up everything that you had on the floor.
Right.
What
Well,
handed it to you?
It was just laying around. I might have dropped it.
No worries. So,
So Lady Elnora will say, Kender, is there more Kender in this tower, or are you the only one?
no, there's just me. And don't worry about all the stuff you've probably heard about Kender. I know you all think that there are Kender thieves and stuff like that. I know there are too. And my clan is all about hunting down these Kender and making sure they return all the property that they stole. So don't you worry about it. I know you're probably from the Kender remark that there's obviously some animosity about Kender, but trust me, I'm not one of those people. In fact, I have like a big room somewhere in the Anvil of Time, which I've been using as a storage depot for all the criminal paraphernalia that people have stolen and basically placed and cataloged so that at some future point in time we can return them to their proper owners.
So Magus pops around the corner and then kind of like taps you on the head with the staff of Magus. Hey.
What is an Anvil of Time?
Master Kender.
Well,
Master, let's all come to let's move towards the great room, please.
So I quickly say, come along and go into a spiel about how there is a place called the Anvil of Time, which is all about traveling to all sorts of different times and stuff like that. There I met a Kender named Lisbeth, which I got to
She says, I'm sorry I asked. I'm sorry I asked. It's okay.
Part of what we're doing is going through time and hunting down a criminal called
my
Pandora.
goodness. She's gonna
Basically a time traveler.
She's gonna see if she can go back through the portal somehow. Just like stomping on it.
Running
This
for
thing
the
work.
No, it's on.
Oh dang it.
So as I mentioned to her, trying to like get her up to date about what's going on, basically telling her that we're going after a criminal.
Oh look,
named
more
Pandora,
people.
who basically
Hello.
tried kidnapping your friend.
Okay, Ari. So let's go around.
Take a breath, Ari.
Yeah. You see a very large minotaur. You see a dark-haired dwarf. Both of them are well armored. You see a very lithe wilder elf with face tattoos. You also see a tinker gnome. Yeah. So you guys can explain however you want to explain. But it is a motley assortment of folks.
Tarn is still eating food. He's like, he's like on his fourth portion at this point.
And every time you eat more, it just reappears.
Yeah. So, and Garrus has taken over where the seat where Magius was sitting because it looked a little bit more sturdy, and he has 2 books in his hands, and he's going back and forth between the 2 books like to read. His feet are propped up on the table, and he's kind of leaning back halfway in his chair, like it looks like at any moment the chair could give under his weight, but he doesn't seem so concerned.
Did you bring me to a library, Magius?
I brought you to my home, my lady.
With all these books, I'm afraid I won't be very helpful if it's if it's some scholarly pursuit you need assistance with.
No, it is your expertise that we will be requesting here. Does anybody else want to explain how they look to Megan or their character's appearance?
Yeah, so the wild elf sitting near the wall is also going through reading a book. You've seen wild elves with their tattoos that are generally like a black shade, like a normal tattoo, but his facial and arm tattoos you can see are like crystalline colored. They're like gem red and blue,
Ooh,
like
cool.
ruby and sapphire colored tattoos, like shimmering, glittering like a gemstone.
She's a bit too well bred to stare, but she wants to. So you said that she's adventured with Kaz, right?
Yes, you've met Minotaurs. You've killed Minotaurs. So.
Oh.
Killed it.
So she's gonna come over to this one and just
I stop reading and I look and I
take his measure. I didn't know Minotaurs knew how to read. How curious.
He stands up. He sets his books down and he stands up.
And you're like what, 7 feet tall, I think?
Yeah, he's very close to 7 feet tall, and probably a foot more with the horns. But he looks her up and down, and he says, "It is an honor to meet the acquaintance of another knight. It's been far too long since I've been in the presence of one of the honorable knights of Solemnia."
And you do notice that she does have the similar markings of the Knight of the Sword.
Right, and you will also probably notice that Garrus is wearing a medallion of Kiri Jolliffe as well.
As Elnora sees him stand up and notices that he's got these knightly trappings on, her demeanor will soften somewhat, and she says, "My apologies, sir. I did not realize you were a knight. Of course, we don't let anyone into the knighthood who doesn't know how to read. It's one of the basic requirements." And she's looking at his armor and she says, "You certainly have strange armor, however. I can't say I've ever seen anything like it."
Not a knight of Solemnia, but I.
And so this dwarf that's sitting next to him he's like eating on a turkey leg, and there's like juice in his beard, and he's like, "That's because we ain't from around here." Sorry, I had to do it.
So you're not a knight of Solemnia. I'm a little confused.
I am not, but I have friends amongst the knights of Solemnia.
Oh, I've heard of Minotaurs befriending knights of Solemnia. Have you heard of Sir Huma Dragonbane, perhaps?
I snort. Yeah. Yes, they certainly have.
His best friend is a Minotaur.
I know of
manservant, my lady.
Shut your mouth, mate.
He is known as Kaz Dragonslayer, at least amongst his people.
And so you hear that from the Tinker Gnome over who's basically got his, he's reading a book, and then.
Oh, I got a book.
It's a big book, so it's basically covering your face.
And meanwhile, I'm also doing some adjustments over on Kodiak and everything.
She says, "Dragon Slayer is a truly noble title."
Well, he's a truly noble Minotaur, exceptional amongst his kind, and one of, I've only known one other Minotaur who even comes close to the legend of this Kaz.
Oh, yes, they all reek of goodness. They all do. we understand how goodly these folk are, and knights, and honor, and blah, 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 blah. My lady...
Magius, the more you talk, the more you shatter my image of you.
I am a man who shall shortly go to his death,
make
sir.
It to your fate.
Shortly go to his death. And so this
What
is
this about? What is this about your death, Magius?
I shan't be able to tell you too much, but I can say that I must go to a place to be taken by Galen Dracos.
And she.
It is my fate.
She would know that name, right?
Of course. Yeah.
So she sort of snaps to attention as.
Yeah.
Magius.
Probably do like the whatever the Salamnic would do against dark magic.
Oh yeah. And she'll say, Magius, I owe you a debt of honor for saving my life. I cannot simply allow you.
You're all the way out of the room?
Yeah, I'm talking to Magius.
Oh, okay. Is he leaving? Oh, are you asking to leave the room? I'm sorry.
Isn't this Magius right here?
Magius is right here.
Oh, he's not showing up there on my screen for some reason.
Did you see him?
No, for me he's up here.
That's super weird.
Okay, well, she's talking to Magius either way.
Okay.
And she says, I owe you a debt of honor for saving my life. I cannot allow you to simply give yourself up to be tortured and murdered.
My dear.
Dame Knight, I must insist that this is something that you should not interfere with. We've already reached the point of a temporal paradox, and to have further temporal paradoxes will further cause more branches to split upon the rip time, thereby causing...
Master MacGuffin,
what?
You're going to make a cross-eyed.
What is a paradox?
My dear, what do you know of the River of Time?
I know the Vingard River.
Does your character have any knowledge in Arcana or any rank or anything? No,
I don't think.
I mean,
so.
you can always
Plus
make an untrained roll. You can always make that's 5e. You can make an untrained roll. You've hung out around wizards a few times. Holy Jeebus.
Oh, I can tell you all about that.
All right, so I'm going to say, you know what the River of Time is. You know that it's considered, the timeline of Crane is considered the River of Time, and you've heard rumblings, mostly from, when Magus, we'll say, in the time that he's gotten drunk and he's just like talked about stupid magic things, and he's talked about the River of Time and how time can be changed only by certain races that are considered tainted by the Great Gem, and just like little things here and there. But you do know that the River of Time is something that can be traveled only by very high up wizards of high sorcery.
She's a low-key science nerd, so she's like.
Yeah, I mean, you rolled a 20, so
yeah.
It's
I think
okay.
I think I rolled a 4 and then a 20. I don't know why I rolled twice. I didn't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, I missed that one. All right. Well, I'm just gonna say you got the 20. Regardless, you know what it is, but you don't know the practicality of it.
I've never been there.
You rolled with advantage. That's what.
Yeah. Yeah. So he says to you, these folks gathered here at my table have traveled here from far away. And when I say far away, I mean thousands of years away.
Thousands of years. If I recall correctly, only humans, elves, and ogres can travel on the River of Time. What is a Kender and a gnome and a minotaur and a dwarf?
So they are chasing.
She is correct.
They are chasing someone who has infiltrated this time and place and put me in a bad position. And no one is supposed to know too much about their future, but I do. And it is up to them to assist me in getting back to where I need to be. But I have brought you here to make good on your debt so you can take them to where they need to be.
So you would have me repay my debt of honor by assisting these people rather than save your life.
I am doomed to die.
Do I understand you correctly?
I am doomed to die to sacrifice myself to save the world.
I believe the measure says that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one.
Somewhere near the back, I believe.
I still think all you need to do is make you appear that you're dead, and then everything will be okay. You just have to not talk to anyone else. But
So,
Ari, do you think that's physically
Sure,
possible for him
just
to
more.
not talk to anybody else?
Oh, certainly not.
Lady Elnora, specifically, I am to die to help Huma.
I see. And at that suggestion, she kind of will relent a little bit if it's. She knows that Huma is a big deal.
My request to you is I have already set the teleportation circle in the other room back to your encampment. I only ask that you travel with them to the citadel of King Garrick Draken. Now, Garrick Draken is the self-proclaimed king of the ogres. He's been basically, you guys have been mostly fighting against his forces in Urgot. And he's taken, it's not even, it's been a scouted area. The citadel is barely a citadel. It's like more like a tower. And he's kind of just claimed it as his base of operations. You also know that there has been an offensive, and many of Draken's forces have kind of retreated to go reinforce another area because Huma had brought a special weapon into play that has been decimating evil dragons. But you've never seen it before.
I've never seen it before?
You've never seen a DragonLance, no. You just know that it's a lance of magical power. And it's been used in the last several days. Like you had some communiques delivered to you via dragon, messenger on dragon to tell you that the war is going better in that part where Huma has been attacking with these lances.
Where is my DragonLance?
Wherever you put it.
I guess
It's in the bag of holding.
with my stuff.
No, it's not in the bag of holding. I would say it's probably in the bedroom area.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll tell her if you'd like to see one, I can show it to you.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll go grab it.
Tell her how you killed a dragon with it.
All right. So you also know
The first ever to do so.
You killed
Yeah.
the dragon with this.
It was epic.
It was a team effort.
You.
So it's a footman's lance.
You killed the dragon. You, a kender, and a gnome.
I made him slip
Oh.
a little so he could get the shot in.
The dwarf
That's all I
kind of
did.
helped.
Well, I can believe a dwarf fighting a kender, or fighting a dragon. I can believe a minotaur or an elf.
That dwarf fights everybody.
Kender?
And Mages even says they killed
What did you do?
Immolatus.
Make fun of him until he died?
So as you look at the DragonLance, it's almost glowing a little bit. It's made of like a silvery metal that almost has its own inherent glow to it.
This
I
is the
think
purest steel alloy I've ever seen.
Elnora would love this. So her eyes would be sort of lighting up as she looks at this lance. And she would, having heard the stories and now to see one up close and personal, it's probably more than she imagined it would be. She was just imagining some kind of finely crafted lance, but seeing this divine object with its own radiance, she would want to reach out and touch it.
Mm-hmm. You can touch it.
I pull it back. No, I'm just kidding.
She says, "This is marvelous, and you use this to kill a dragon."
That we did.
And Mages says they killed Immolatus. And so Immolatus is a red dragon that has given you all a little bit of trouble.
Immolatus, you slew Immolatus.
He's a younger red, not,
Well, she's still impressed.
I also killed Fistandantilus.
She has no idea who that is.
Well,
That's a mouthful.
I'll tell you about it.
He'll bring that up forever.
It's not a big deal.
So she would say to Magius, Magius, I will respect your wishes. It's the least I can do for what you did for me. I will take these warriors ? To my encampment, and I will get them to the citadel.
Very well. they'll be studying here for the next several hours. If you choose to go back to your camp, you may. You only need to stand on the circle and say, "Huma is a loser." No, I'm joking.
I may need to.
Just
I may
say
need to
mages,
requisition.
and it shall work.
I may need to requisition some special dragon lances, or I may need to requisition some special dragon saddles for these little ones.
Yes, I may be able to assist with that.
Oh, well, wonderful.
So
Okay.
let's go back to your camp and we'll make that work.
So I've got 4 dragons under my command.
You do?
MacGuffin and Ari can double up, and then we'll have one for. I'm sorry, Tim. What is your character's name? Garrett.
Garrus.
Garrus is going to need his own.
Well, usually, so the dragons can take 2 people if you double up a small person with a big person.
Yeah, that's true. So I will put Aravan with Tarn. That should work. And then I'll ride Shine. There you go. Well, I'll fit on 4 of them.
So
no one else is
Ari and
riding mine.
MacGuffin on 1 dragon. That's fun.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do with this bear thing, though.
Oh,
I
that's
suppose
right.
I suppose Shine can carry it in her claws. It's not fragile, is it?
It's precious to me.
It was.
The bear might need to go in the bag of holding.
I don't know that I trust him there.
So I think back at her camp, her first order of business would be to touch base with Shine and let her know what's going on.
Okay.
And to begin to get the bronzes ready for their
Okay.
strange riders that they're about to have.
So there's a couple little closeout things that I need to do over here. Would your character stay or just go?
I think she would just go. She's all action. She's not going to hang around while a bunch of nerds read books.
All right. So I'm gonna take you over to the next. Well, I'm just gonna put you over here for now.
Okay.
And then let this kind of finish out here. These couple of different things that we need to close out. So let's go to. So we're gonna say 8 hours pass slowly. Those who aren't studying just kind of are eating or taking naps or whatever. So who wants to go first, Aravan or MacGuffin?
I'll
Go, John.
All right. So Aravan, John, you were digging through this book, and it is just treatises of magic, talking about the River of Time, the different, eddies that go on the river, different timelines. Like it's just a lot to take in to know that the Kryn you were on are from is just one of thousands or millions of different Kryns with different things. But it makes you understand where you came from and how you got here to another alternate version of your Kryn. At the end of the time, I'm going to need you to give me a Knowledge Arcana check.
Arcana.
You don't get advantage on this one.
I don't.
You
Rolling
don't.
at 20. That's what I did.
Well, I didn't roll great.
Okay. You got a 10. Do you
10,
want to
yeah.
burn an inspiration?
I will burn an inspiration.
Okay.
So it's set up on my character sheet that it automatically rolls with advantage because of my class feature.
That's fine.
So we'll just go with the left-handed one.
No, go ahead and roll it again.
Right.
That's a lot better.
It's better.
Okay. You believe now that with your understanding of kind of the different types of time magics and kind of getting the basics and seeing higher level spells that you still can't understand though, you think it'll be possible for you to attempt to access the power of the device of time journeying and to travel across the river.
Nice.
You do know that to do it properly, you need a focus. That focus could be either a piece of where you're trying to travel to, which would be like perfect, or as many details as possible. Time,
Okay.
weather, everything. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I was just making some notes.
No, you're good. You are good, sir.
Does this book describe any of these other
Yes,
potential
but you would need to
timelines?
continue. So it's like general, but it does describe prime timelines. And you think where you are from is one of those timelines.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you think that yours is a little more prevalent, a little more prominent.
Okay. Very cool.
And this book will also assist you in where I think you want to take your character.
Okay.
And Magus, he kind of comes to you and he sees your little eureka moment. And he tells you, you may keep this book. You must show it to no one. If you are found by the orders with this book, you will be deemed a renegade.
I just kind of smile at him, and say, I have not gained enough power to even take my test yet. I am not. Can I be a renegade without being able to take my test?
Well, depends on where you are and how you've traveled and if you're caught.
If you're caught with a book like that.
Right.
Understood. Thank you.
And so I come to you, sir. It is time. You must master your power and send me where I need to be. Lady Elnora will assist you in getting where you all need to go. But it is my time.
Well,
Very well.
goodbye.
So Magus starts just telling you crazy amounts of like information about what it was like on that day, where they were, how they were attacked by blackguards, like unholy paladins, and how they were trying to steal the Dragonlances that they had taken or retrieved from the Lasgard Mountains. He tells you some of the fights, some of the spells he cast. He paints a very good picture to you.
I say, do you happen to be wearing the same boots that you were when that happened?
I am.
This might sound a bit weird, but may I take a look at one?
So he takes his boots off.
Okay.
He has well manicured toes.
As I imagined you would.
Pedicured.
Prestidigitation, whatever that spell is. I'll never cast it. I can't say it. I can't cast it. If I'll take a look at the underside of his boots and kind of knock loose, see if there's any dirt stuck.
There is some dirt. Give me an investigation check.
Yeah, this is scary.
With shield. Or you...
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Shielding himself from the boots.
Thanks, Garrus.
Yeah, no problem.
Look out.
Nope. You don't see anything. You do see some dirt there, some pebbles that are kind of stuck in like one of the ridge where the heel comes down in that little middle area, and some mud. That would be your best thought, maybe.
Okay. I will, like I said, I'll just kind of knock the boost together to loosen up some of that stuff, and collect it in my hand.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll a d20, add your caster level, and plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so that's...
And being that you have what you have, you're going to do it with advantage.
So D20.
That was a good idea. I will reward.
All right.
I know that's a weird roll. It might not. You could just roll a die 20. So what you want to do is you go to the dice roller and go to advanced dice roller, and then just die 20, and then add your
there it is. Okay.
caster level, and then your proficiency bonus to that.
Okay.
It's manual. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And then do it with advantage. Holy shit. You're good. Okay, everybody. So Erevan, and I'm assuming everybody is mostly just kind of watching what's happened. Erevan has this dirt in his hand, and he focuses on it, and then his eyes glow blue. And it gets so bright that you guys can't even look at him. That's how the brightness of magical energy that's coming off. And then suddenly a surge of energy comes off his body, envelops Magus, and Magus begins to disappear. Give me perception checks as he's starting to kind of fade away, and you know it's time magic. And Erevan, you're pretty sure you were spot on. Ari?
Whoa, blue lights.
So
He's blinded by the
right. So MacGuffin, Erevan. Someone roll for Tarn, please.
Sorry, yeah, I meant to do
That's
that.
okay.
He doesn't have perception.
Eh.
There we go.
Well, everybody but Ari, he's like, ooh, pretty lights.
Blue lights.
Notices as Magus disappears, his robes turn white.
Oh.
And you just see him with a ghost of a smile, and he disappears, and that's it. All right.
Very well, Sir Mage.
Good job, Erevan. You now know how you can time travel. You have unlocked the ability to time travel.
Oh my goodness.
Now, that roll, the worse the roll, the farther you're off base.
Nice.
Nice. All right. MacGuffin, my friend.
Boy, Ed, my dungeon master.
You have been reading this diary from the Journeyman. And the beginning of the diary details the first encounter between the Journeyman and Pandora. The Journeyman, in his notes, says that somehow Pandora knew who he was, though he'd never met her, but he was vaguely aware. And you see that he had just returned from his journey into from helping the Forest King. That was the Forest King novel. Was it Baylor or
Bailiff?
Bailiff.
Bailiff, yeah.
Yeah, Bailiff. That's right. He was assisting Bailiff. And if you guys read that novel, that's fine. So, in his travels, he had been to time travel outside of the anvil. There was a sort of talisman he had used to time travel, and it harnessed the power of the anvil. And Pandora stole it from him. She basically said, "Give me the talisman, and I won't kill you." And he knew he was outclassed, and he just gave it to her. And from there, he had to travel on foot back to the anvil after she had stolen that. And so after she stole that, he started researching her. And he found that she's a tiefling. She is the daughter of a black robe and a demon.
Of course.
Right. Basically, through her life growing up, she had become a cleric of Takesis. And you see in his notes, it says that she was a cleric of Takesis through the War of Chaos. And so you in some of your studies, MacGuffin, you've heard of that, but you don't know too much about it. You know that the Chaos War screwed up time really bad. And then after the Chaos War,
really bad.
Like really bad. After the Chaos War, she gave up priestly magic, and he was able to determine that she worked for someone called the Shadow Sorcerer.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
And she became a sorcerer herself, directly learning magic from that person,
Oh, no.
who was in fact Takesis. And this is where it kind of says that Takesis, this is where he says Takesis had stolen the world out of time and space. And when the world was returned and the gods returned and Takesis was killed and Paladine became mortal, she vowed to find a way to return Takesis back to life.
It's a good thing Elnora is not here to hear all this.
Yeah, well, right now I'm just telling this to MacGuffin, and MacGuffin can piece out whatever information he wants. But it's good for everybody to be here, and it sucks that Chuck isn't here.
Maybe don't tell Elnora.
We'll be able to download
this.
Right.
This might be a bit too much for her Age of Dreams brain to handle.
Mm-hmm. So the journeyman had kind of deduced that she had been questing for 4 different artifacts through time, and he had been analyzing. He had found that there have been different versions in Pandora from different times, and he's not sure which time that he's encountered her a number of times, and he's not sure when and where. He surmised that the first attempt by her for time travel was Istar, where she pretended to be a revered priestess of Paladine, and you guys were able to foil her for the most part when in your travels. The second time she traveled would have been Palanthus, where that was when you guys first met her. And then potentially the third time would have been Urgoth. And it seems like as she's traveled through Urgoth, he's been analyzing, looking through time, looking at the different eddies of the river. And it seems like in Urgoth, she's been the most prepared and planning the most. And there's a very good chance that she will get the axe and return with it back to her base of operations and not you guys. But he wasn't able to pierce too far because where she is from is the Age of Mortals. And so there's using the anvil to go through time. There's like a big blank spot from the Chaos War to the Age of Mortals, and piercing into the Age of Mortals takes more energy from the anvil than should healthily be used. And sorry, go ahead.
What is the name of the axe again?
The Axe of the Emperors. It's in the I believe the Age of Mortals 3.5 book. I think that's where it was. It's in one of them. So then the journeyman's journal kind of goes into notes regarding the device of time journeying and its connections to Erevan. Basically, in all his studies of the river, the device seems to be a sort of nexus that crosses through numerous tributaries, or in layman's terms, the device has an intellect that is spread throughout time and space. So if there is multiple devices, it has one intelligence that spreads through all time. That is his hypothesis. And during his studies, he notices that the device does always choose someone to be a patron for. And in most of those timelines, it's been Erevan. And in a few, it was Tasselhoff Burfoot. But he says those typically went into chaos when Tass has the device. And you're noticing as you're going through his, you're getting through the probably the back third of the journal, and his notes have become faster and kind of less coherent because you could tell he was in a hurry. And this is where you see that he knows that he's going to be killed. He sees his own death. He's seen his death a number of times, but this is the one that has popped up the most. And he knows that he'll be killed by a version of Erevan who failed to fight against the ensorcelment by sedition, the artifact you guys carry.
What was it you had named that version of Erevan? Was it like Negavon or something?
I called him Negavon. That was just because my little anime riff. Yeah, I'm silly. I get it.
I like that.
And so he refers to this Erevan as Erevan Prime. And he says, as long as Erevan is able to, what's that?
Transform and roll out.
Right. Or the Prime, the Prime DC universe. Anyway. So he says that as long as Erevan is able to harness the powers of the device and getting Magus back to the point where he needed to be, that should fix most of the issues. But the major threat is if Erevan loses his fight against sedition, then the timeline might be ruined. And that's where he kind of tails off.
Sweet.
It's a lot of big download info, and I wrote all of that like handwritten, so sorry if it took me a minute to get through it.
Hashtag info dump.
Right.
I've only touched it once for a short time, guys. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
We're talking sedition, right?
Is Chuck
Fine,
here?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Chuck, how much did you get of that?
I just called in.
Oh, okay. You weren't dropping no eaves? The end of the world? Master Samwise?
No.
All right. Well, we could talk about that on the break. But I feel like this is a good point to take our, 5 or 10 minutes to take a bathroom break, get a drink, and we can kind of discuss and hope you come back and we'll have more game and we'll get to some exciting bits here in the back half of this session. So Travis, please put us on break.
Yeah.
Everyone, welcome back. Thank you again for taking your Saturday evening with us. We do have Chuck back in the audience. He plays Tarn. You won't see his face, which is, that's okay, right? But he's here on the phone line. Just kidding, Chuck.
Call in.
I appreciate it. So we just kind of dropped a little bit of a bombshell. We got all of the backstory about Pandora. So you know that you had finished reading the journal at the same time Erevan sent Magus back in time. Now, I will say this, Erevan and MacGuffin, you don't know what the ramifications are going to be now that Magus has been sent back. What kind of timeline changes there's going to be.
I've resigned myself to the fact that time's screwed up and forever will be. And perhaps I have a working theory that that's a natural state of things.
Oh, and by the way, Ari, you felt a good chunk of weight come out of the bag of holding.
It had a
Okay.
baby.
I check. Are we,
All
the
those
gone?
gold pieces and gems are gone,
Good.
but all of the magic items are still there.
Okay. That solved a lot of problems. I was going to ask you guys whether I should be like sending that money back with them to donate, because it's basically stolen loot from the Red Dragon and they should really be returned, back to its proper timeline. So, okay, good.
But all the potions and the scrolls are still there. Just all that loot was gone. Also, no, that's it. Okay, so and Chuck, when Magus did kind of travel back on the river, you guys all saw his robes turn from red to white before he left. So okay then, MacGuffin, is there anything you want to share with your friends before we go to the next part of this?
Okay, so MacGuffin spent about the better part of an hour trying to dumb down everything he's read in terms that his friends can understand.
Okay, so you tell him everything.
Yeah, it only takes 3 hours. So
okay, so Erevan, there's a lot of information about you, and there's a lot of information kind of about the device of time journeying being one intelligence across all time. And on top of that, different versions of you, many of them are the patron of the device, except for in a few where it's Tasselhoff. And you do know that you're going to be fighting against the enchantment of sedition soon. And you know that a version of yourself is the one that started, to kill the journeyman.
Right. So did he also say, he said he tells us everything. I assume he tells us about the axe going to Pandora for
he
a
said,
lot of the...
Yeah, there's a good potential that Pandora gets the axe.
Okay, well, I will say that it is a good thing that we do have a Kinder, a Minotaur, a dwarf, and a gnome with us, because they can change time, and we can write that and prevent her from getting what would normally happen.
That's fair.
Without you guys, the effort would be in vain.
Aw, group hug.
I have the working
Tell
theory
everyone
about
the
that.
bag of holding and stuff like that. I talked to MacGuffin and present theories. I think the timeline went back to normal because all the money is gone. Now I'm thinking about it. If the Red Dragon is alive and we didn't kill it, the Horde is still there, and that means all the stolen money is back to being stolen.
But the weird part would be the magic items didn't go anywhere. But that might be a skill check.
Investigation?
Does this mean that Garrus didn't kill a dragon?
Well, he did kill a dragon. Garrus,
No.
everybody in the room has memories of killing Imolapis.
Okay, good.
I start pulling taking out a piece of paper and a pen, and I'm like, okay, here's us, and here's us now, and we went there, and then we did that, and you know.
I just think of Charlie in It's Always Sunny. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so what kind of skill check? Insight?
Oh, no. Arcana. Arcana.
Okay.
Magic. No, you don't know. But if you tell people that the gold is gone, who are learned,
they'll have to come up with theories. I've got weird stuff.
anyone else can make the Arcana check. Obviously, Megan, your character's not here, so.
I wouldn't be any good anyway. I think my nat 20 was the best I'm ever gonna do.
Right.
It was epic. It was epic.
And Chuck, if you want Tim to roll for you, he can.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna have to.
It saved a lot of exposition.
Holy cat.
You always roll 20s on Arcana checks.
I don't know what that's about.
And history. I got a +11 on history. It's
Right.
the best thing.
So, Erebon and MacGuffin, you both think that time has changed. Immolatus is not dead. That potentially the reason the magic items have stayed is just because of the inordinate amount of chaos energy that is among your group because of your gray gem races.
Yeah,
And because I'm a nice DM and I don't want you to lose your magic items.
So, I will give the augury scroll. Can paladins use that spell?
It's a divine spell, but I don't know if that's on their spell list.
Let's see.
Give it to Tarn or Garrus. Maybe Tarn. You know, he's got his medallion.
Cleric, knowledge domain, and oath of the open sea. So if he's a watery paladin, he can.
Poseidon.
Poseidon.
You put me into
Zaboa?
a river.
No, my cat's name is
and I
Poseidon.
swim.
Say again, Chuck.
I'm a swimming dwarf.
Okay. All right. So you guys, all right, what are you doing before you go onto that teleportation circle and get out of here?
I mean, we had a long rest, right?
Yep. You guys have new spells. Everything's good. You're at full hit points.
Red.
And you're all at 6th level, too, so.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go.
Okay. Does anybody want to do anything specific? Going once, going twice, going 3 times?
No, I will make sure I have that.
That book?
DragonLance. Well, yeah, both books and the DragonLance.
That's fine. All right, guys. I'm going to move you to the next map. Just give me 1 second.
Same map.
Oh, I forgot in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, augury got added to the wizard spell list.
Oh, okay.
So boom, I don't have to give it to anybody. Ha!
As it should be.
You would think, you know?
All right.
Oh, nice.
Come on. Why didn't you do it?
Them some dragons.
Attack.
There we go. Well, I got most
The
everybody.
chair came with us.
Oh, that's
Where's
funny.
my bear?
Not the chair. Hang on a second. Let me go 1 second. I don't know why Goofball didn't come with me, but he didn't. Where were you? Come on. So, all right. So as you teleport out, you notice that teleportation circle disappears, and you are amongst an encampment of Salamnics. Several armored folks just kind of gaze up and look at you. You notice that there are some dragons over here sunning themselves. They seem to be mostly keeping to themselves. Back down here, there's horses. There's a number of knights. Another dragon down here, that would be the copper, some guards, all the stuff. I'm not sure what
Make me
everybody's
alive,
seeing.
Kappa.
Nice. All right.
Sorry.
Lady Elnora, this is your encampment. This is your command.
So sorry, go ahead.
No, I needed to change a name of somebody. I think it was this person. Sorry, I needed to do that. All right. There we go. All right.
So as all these strange creatures and this robot bear appear out of nowhere, I imagine this would create quite a stir in the encampment.
Yes. So all the soldiers are grabbing their weapons. The priests are gathering their maces. You got these guys are all mostly just soldiers. They're off watch right now, and they're kind of hanging out. And they're mostly priests and soldiers.
So
Like
Elnora would
low-level
sort of put her hands up and be like, "It's okay. It's okay. They're with me. It's okay."
Some knights come running.
And I will move to intercept, and I will say they're here by my personal invitation. I owe a debt of honor to someone, and this is how I plan to fulfill it.
Okay, so here is revered sister Lauren. You have Sir Tristan, Sir Edward, and Sir Bobberton.
Bobberton, oh, I like that name. Bobberton.
It's kind of an inside joke with Trampus.
Then Laura.
Bob Bobberton.
Tristan, and what was the other one? Edward?
Bob
Sir,
Dar.
Yeah, Sir Edward.
Okay, are these my retainers?
They
This is
are,
my-
yes.
this is
So
my crew?
Sir Bobberton is he is a sword knight, and Sir Tristan and Sir Edward are crown knights, and revered sister Lauren is just the priest for your detachment.
Of Paladine?
And she's Ergothian.
Revered daughter of Paladine?
Yeah, revered daughter. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, revered. So I typed revered.
No, I don't know why I
sister,
said sister. Revered daughter. That just did not come out right.
Okay. So I would speak to them and say, these do you remember I told you the story of the time that my life was saved by the wizard Magius? These are Magius's allies, and he has asked me in repayment of the life debt I owe him to assist his allies in reaching the citadel in Urgoth. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the citadel.
So, out of the air, your copper dragon kind of comes, and she's just she lands and smells. Interesting. New people, different.
And I'll come and pat her on the neck, and I'll say, everyone, this is Shine. This is my best friend and companion.
And she nuzzles your head a little bit.
Oh.
Not too much love, obviously. We're amongst the other knights.
And I'll say, these over here, and I'll gesture towards the bronze dragons, and I'll say, these will be your mounts. These can transport us where we need to go.
They are glowering at the Kender and the gnome.
She's gonna step forward and say, she's gonna say, now, it's okay. They're friends. They're on our side. They just need a little favor from us.
My lady, why must I suffer these mortals upon my back?
They are.
One glow says to you.
These are special mortals. Special mortals who have been chosen by destiny, it seems, to complete some great mission. And who are we to stand in the way of destiny?
Or Destina.
And so he kind of looks behind him, and jeez, God. He looks behind to his sister and his two sisters, and they kind of bow in deference. Very
So
well.
I promise I won't tell any of the other dragons that you let a Kender and a gnome ride on you.
And Shine kind of like laughs. So when a dragon laughs, it's kind of scary. It's like and then it's just like almost like a growl at the same time.
So what I want to do is I'll say, so this is Glow here in the front. So I will assign. So Glow is the one that we've outfitted with the special saddle that.
So they all have special saddles. They can hold 2 people apiece.
Even really little people.
So yeah, so the saddles that may just help you. The special saddle has a big one and a small.
A big one and a small one. Okay,
Yeah,
all right. Well,
like
we're gonna have to do some. I'm gonna double up here. All right, let's see. Who wants to go with the Kender?
Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you're. Not a bad Kender. She's gonna announce. Everybody, this is not a bad Kender. He doesn't steal. You don't need to be concerned.
Why is this
Nobody-
ice so red?
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you?
No one? Okay, I guess you can ride with me, Ari.
Wow, is that like how many tails have you used? Like you use your tail to bash in a lot of bad guys, huh? Oh, wow, and your tail is even bigger. Wow.
Okay, in that case.
Just get a tail.
Wow.
Do I just have a single saddle on my dragon, or can I have a
Yeah,
rider?
you have a single saddle. The rest have big, small saddles.
Okay.
They may just kind of had helped fashion them with magic.
And say, okay, all right, Garrus, hop on up.
And so if anyone falls off that saddle, instantly a feather fall spell will engage.
Oh, wonderful. Is there I'm not sure what to call it, but like a mount for a DragonLance on any of these, or for a lance on any of these?
You
Put
could
Garrus on that one.
It could be makeshifted to do so. Like you've got the tools in your group to do it.
Yeah, let's put one on Glow. Let's put that on Glow, and then put Garrus on, so Garrus can have the DragonLance in case we need it.
Yeah,
Okay.
show me your Dragonlance.
I've been carrying it. It's right here.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously you guys we're gonna go into combat on dragons. And there's gonna be some rules that we'll have to go over. One person is kind of the pilot of the dragon. And that'll take some either handle animal checks or if you don't do well in handle animal, something else. We could figure that out. And then the other person in the saddle who's not controlling the dragon will be able to take their normal actions. So you can either pilot the dragon and the dragon gets their full actions, or you are like a gunner. If that makes any sense.
So who's got ranged attacks that can take the gunner position?
I've got a few long range spells.
We could put John in a gunner seat, or put a Aravan in a gunner seat.
So Chuck, I haven't really heard too much from you.
I was too busy taking in the racist night.
He's back.
Who, me?
You referred to the Kender by his real name. Are you a racist? Do you hate Kender?
Not anymore. This one taught me that some Kender are
Kender's
not
friend.
pains in the you-know-what.
Don't worry, Targe. He's just being formal. Right, human?
Right, Kender.
It's in the night. It's in the night book how to be a stick up someone's rear. I saw
Actually,
the code.
that is true.
It's number 1.
She says, I like the dwarf better when he had his mouth stuffed with food.
Yeah, sorry, Chuck. When all the role play was going on, you were chewing on a turkey leg.
I was too busy taking in this and letting the Kender stand up for himself.
Well, the
Nothing
Kender and
more.
I had quite a moment.
I will fly this dragon.
You'll fly his dragon?
I will fly this dragon. I walk over to one of them.
Okay.
Get the crankiest one
So-
for him.
Tarn, how are you wanting to approach the dragon?
I do it respectfully. Do a cursory little bow. I offer it a hunk of meat.
Nice. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Tim?
And you can yeah, Tim, give me a persuasion check and you did well enough. Give it an advantage on it.
He's offering it as turkey leg.
Right. Are you there, Tim? Did we lose Tim? I don't know what
The
happened to
entire
Tim.
state of Florida is no longer with us.
All right. Well, I'll roll for you. Hang on a second.
Oh, hold on. Admit.
I'm not sure. Oh, there he is.
There's
Yay.
Tim.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I just had some kind of server interruption.
Okay. Do you want to roll a persuasion check for Tarn and give him advantage, please?
Sure. $25.
Wow. So Hearth bows to you in return and gestures for you to take this out.
I do so likewise.
Okay. Who else is going to pilot a dragon?
It looks like, I mean, is somebody riding with me?
Don't know.
Because, I mean, I'll be fighting melee.
Well, we've only
most
got
likely.
Yeah.
two.
You've got the
small-
lance, and so you piloting a dragon is a bad idea.
We've only got two small.
How about
People.
behind me, Garrett?
Well,
Oh.
I have no skills in handling animals at all, so I'm not going to be piloting anyone. But I've got a light hand
Well-
crossbow. If I find something that's a little bit bigger, a little more long range, I can outfit myself with a longer weapon. I don't have a lot of reach with this guy.
The problem is there's no Kender-sized weapons here.
Probably have a short bow or something you could use.
Well, I
Yeah.
gotta have a hand crossbow.
Who's got a crossbow?
I got
The
I have
hand
a cro-
crossbow's
I have
only
a crossbow.
30 feet, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You can use
Well-
my crossbow. I have a light crossbow.
Yeah, you want something bigger than a hand crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's doing what? So we know, all right, Tarn is going to pilot Hearth.
All right,
and
then I will.
Low is going to be you're going
I'll
to.
sit shotgun with Tarn then. That'll
Okay,
be
and you've
fine.
got the lance. Okay.
AKA the Dream Team.
That's right.
Okay. So Ari, you're going to go on Glow, I guess.
Yeah. I'll shoot. I'm not gonna pirate.
Okay. So MacGuffin, what's your deal?
I don't know. I guess I'd ride with Ari, maybe. I mean,
So-
would
Is your bear going to go with Erebon?
well,
MacGuffin,
Oh, I see.
can
You want-
pilot-
You want the bear to pilot the dragon? Does the bear have any ranged attacks?
Well, he might have had fire breath.
I don't know if the bear is smart enough to pilot a dragon.
hold on. Let me see how smart that bear is.
He's as
He
smart
has
as a
an
bear.
he has an intelligence of 4, good sir.
The answer would be no. So whoever takes Kodiak's kind of like dead weight.
How about this? How about Erebon and Ari go on one dragon, and then me and Kodiak will go on the other, and I'll set Kodiak up into fold mode.
Okay. So are you going to let the dragon pilot himself, and then you'll do gunner stuff?
Yeah,
That's fine. That works. That means I'm going to control the dragon, though.
that's fine because, he's smarter about flying in combat than I am. I mean, I don't know what these other people are
Oh,
thinking.
we'll have some fun, bud.
Oh,
It's
boy.
going to be a party.
Yeah, I've got a few ideas for my next character.
Okay.
So
Oh, jeez. All right.
when
So-
you kill my guy.
So Erevan and Ari are going to be on Whiplash, and she is also a female dragon. Are one of you going to pilot?
Who's the better shot? What long range stuff do you have? I am not good at, anything about handling animals, but we'll give it a try. I can let her
Kinda use
handle
like
everything.
persuasion or something to move it along.
Yeah, I can try to try something.
Some charisma checks maybe. My charisma's not.
Yeah, I feel like a charisma check might be. That'll work.
Okay.
Persuasion, unless you're really trying to get the dragon to like do something outside of its norm, or trying to charm the dragon or something. But a straight charisma check's I'd allow.
All right, you want to take?
I mean, so you can do handle animal untrained, guys.
Hmm?
Remember, that's 5e. You can roll a skill check that's untrained. It just goes off. You just don't get your proficiencies.
Hey Ed, would
Yes, sir.
persuasion also work, because dragons have a at least an average intelligence?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna. Persuasion isn't gonna. It's gonna be handle animal.
Okay,
It's gonna be that one.
just a thought.
In the heat of combat, I don't think you're going to be persuading.
Yeah, it's like you're. It's like you're using the dragon as a mount. So.
What? In
All
this game?
Okay. So Elnora, you do know that this you have some intelligence that was given to you about this citadel you're going to, and you know that it is guarded by 2 dragons, a green and a blue, and that green dragon's a big boy.
Okay. I'm going to relay this to Garrus. Sorry, did you say it was the blue that was big?
No, the green.
Okay, I'm gonna.
The green is
I'm gonna-
actually a named. So the green's name is Noxus, and he has quite a few kills. He's an adult green dragon.
So I'm going to let Garrus know that he's probably going to need to take point on the green one with his DragonLance.
That was the plan.
And I will take point on the blue.
Mhm.
And the others just trying not to get killed.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna.
Works.
Let me get everybody. I'm gonna. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna put you guys all together, so I can just kind of copy you and take you to the next map. Because I've already got the dragons set up over there, and I'm very excited about this map.
I'm excited.
All right. Control C. All right, folks. So you guys get on your dragon mounts. The dragons roar, and you go skyward. And I'm telling you, they bottleneck fast up there. You have never gone so fast, so far up, to the point where you're up in the clouds. You know.
I got a pair of aviator goggles on.
Yeah, your stomach is gone up into your brain and then back down again.
I yell in excitement and joy.
You guys have all seen the Never-Ending Story when Bastion's on the Luck Dragon in the end? That's the theme music that's playing, okay?
I'm hugging Kodiak.
Right. All right, let me get you over to the map real quick.
For the record,
Oh,
I'm
goodness.
entering the-
Oh, that's moving.
Oh,
Nice.
no.
Yeah. All right.
That's pretty.
There. All right, guys, move your
bad.
characters to the dragons you were on, please.
Erevan, you want to take left?
Well, Garrus didn't make it over here again for some reason.
He's right there.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. I see him. Okay, sorry, I lost track.
All right. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and so we're gonna go off the initiatives of whoever's driving the dragon. You get that up there.
Can I just amend what I said earlier? When I said about Garrus focusing on the green dragon, I want to really to direct that more at the dragon itself.
Okay.
Because he's not an experienced dragon rider, so I'm going to kind of trust the dragon to take him where he needs to be.
Sure. So you guys do see they have seen you wheeling towards it's at this point in time. We'll say it's afternoon. It's been rather foggy and it's wintertime. You do see the dragons ahead up here. I don't know if the map is showing them. Might have to come out a little bit.
I see them.
So make sure you add yourself to the initiatives. We're not going to do the dragons initiative, the enemy dragons, obviously.
Oh, I need Chuck to. Okay, sorry.
Nope, you're good.
Crap.
Fine. Where are you, sir? Sheet. Where is your initiative?
Did it put him on there? Yeah, it did.
We want low initiative, Tim. Low initiative.
Well, that you got it.
That's what we
Don't
want.
you-
This type of fight.
Don't you worry your pretty little head.
Hang on, I'm just getting my guys ready.
I think the highest initiative I've rolled in this game so far is like maybe an 8.
All right.
Well, we got a 1 for initiative, so
Perfect.
can't get much lower than that.
We go low.
All right. So Erevan, are you driving or is Ari driving?
I'm driving.
Ari's
Everyone's
driving.
got better ranged weapons than I do.
Okay. So let's look at why does it keep. Sorry, I've got to change this silly thing. Lash. Because I generated this map. Yeah, this was worth the $5 that I spent on it.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
All right, so Whiplash, she can travel. Where is her movement, my friend? Why am I not seeing it? She can fly 80 feet. So, Ari, Erevan, you're first, but Ari's driving. So how do you want to do this, Erevan? Do you want to do anything? Cast a spell? You do see these guys up in the north of the map. I don't know if we've. Yeah, there they are. Okay. They're pretty far away. The adult green's 90, and the young blue is closer to 100.
Okay, cool. Cause Eldritch range on that. Eldritch Blast is 120 feet.
Okay.
So I will do just right off the bat 2 Eldritch Blasts at the green.
Okay.
First one. Boom!
Mm-hmm.
Suck.
Pretty good. And that's a hit.
That's a crit.
That is a critical.
I have Final Fantasy battle music going in my head.
Dun 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 dun.
Nice. Wow.
So
19 damage.
19, that's a good hit.
Good.
So as you guys see, Erevan points his finger and a coruscating ray of dark energy, or 2 of them, go towards the green dragon and hit it on its neck. That's 2 hits.
2 hits, all right. And the second. Not as fabulous, but
Yep.
they can all be amazing.
Okay, so you did a total of 22 damage.
Yep.
All right. That was a worthy hit, sir.
And I don't know if you noticed before we started rolling for combat, I rolled False Life. I can cast that at will, so I have 6 temporary hit points.
Okay, no problem. All right, Ari. So let's go to what Whiplash can do.
All right.
So I don't know if you've got it's fine. So she can move, like I mentioned, 80 feet in the air. She has bites, claws, and breath weapons. Her breath weapon is fire.
Okay. What's the range of a breath weapon?
40-foot line.
40 foot. Okay.
It's a good chunk of. It's 12d6 fire damage.
All right. I say, you know what to do, girl. Go for it.
Give me a handle animal.
Huh?
I'm not making this totally easy. Not bad. Okay, so how far do you want to move? And do you want to do a flame breath? Is that what? Or who are you attacking? Where are you moving?
Right in, basically at the very edge of the flame breath. So, just within range.
All right. So let's see.
I want to call out and say, don't get too close.
Yeah.
So like, oops. Right over here, maybe. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, maybe a little bit farther back. Yeah, let's go there. There we go.
I could add wings to Kodiak.
Oh my goodness. Who needs a dragon? You got a flying robot bear.
Yeah, so you're just at the. So go ahead and you want to roll 12d6?
12d6.
Or you just want to do the 42?
Let's do the
choice.
42.
You want to do 42? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, she's going to roll a saving throw. Where are you? Noxus. All right. Texting throw. And it looks like she failed. So she takes the full 42 damage.
God.
So coruscating energy, a blast of flame has like immolated the green dragon. She's taken a good chunk of damage, but she's just pissed.
So Ed, can I still do my bonus attack at this point?
Nope.
My bonus attack?
Bonus attack.
Bonus.
So, what do you mean?
Well, okay. So I can. No one else has moved yet, so I can actually try to do an attack with assassinate.
No.
But I think
Yeah,
it's too late.
I'm gonna say no because you were doing the dragon. Like.
Okay, what about the bonus attack of taunting the dragon?
Do you really want to taunt a dragon?
Well, I just invited that green dragon to attack us, didn't I?
I mean, this is an adult. This isn't
This is not a slouch dragon. You guys did a lot of damage to it, but she's no slouch, my friend.
All right.
Remember what Elnora said about just don't die.
All right. All right. I'll leave it alone for now. I'll think about tactical taunting.
All right.
Next round.
So, it's the blue dragon's turn. Sapphire. Okay, so Sapphire starts off with breathing lightning at y'all. So here's how this is going to work. Whiplash is going to make a save first. If Whiplash makes the save, you guys automatically take half, and then your save will be like half of half. But if she fails, then you'll make your own saves. Good to go? All right. So Whiplash is just going to do 55. You know what? I'll just do 55. 10d10 sounds like a lot. So I'm going to say, or the Sapphire sends a bolt of, breath at you. Whiplash attempts to make a saving throw. She tries to bank out of the way. Not a very good. Ooh, she failed. All right, guys.
Oh no.
Both of y'all give me Dex saving throws, please. All right, Ari, you saved. Erevan?
Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are like on the fire.
that's
Okay.
2 20s and 3 rolls.
Right. Okay. So
No, we're not on fire. We avoided it.
you didn't avoid all of it.
Yeah, well.
You're a little jittery.
Yeah, you're gonna take 22 damage apiece, and Whiplash will take 55.
What did I say about not dying?
We're
I'm
not
still
dead
over half.
yet.
I'm still over half. It's fine.
Yeah. All right.
After the first round of combat, I'm still over half.
All right. All right, take your damage, please. All right, and the dragon is going to move. How far can he fly? He can fly 80 feet. All right, he flies over here.
Oh wait, how close is he to me? The blue dragon?
Erevan's on me, right?
He's about 50 feet from you now. As he
Oh.
moves.
Of course. Well, I took damage, so I am going to do a hellish rebuke on him as a reaction.
Hang on a second. I don't know why Erevan was on here twice with his initiative. So you rolled a 22. So this second
Right.
Erevan on here is don't know why.
That's the Erevan from a different timeline.
Right.
I get to go twice.
Negavon.
Right.
Negavon.
Let me just make sure everyone's not on here twice. I gotta kill Aegis too. Is Tarn on here twice? Tarn, what did you roll for initiative?
1.
So is so he's dead
He's at
last.
the. We are at the bottom.
All right.
Technically, that's
Should I have
2,
rolled
'cause
my
you get a
initiative?
+1.
For
Yeah,
Garrus,
you
I
rolled your initiative.
Oh, I'm not on there. That's the problem. I thought we were just going off of the driver's initiative.
No. So what's your initiative?
Well, I'll tell you. I don't know. I can't click my guy.
You can't click your guy.
Yeah, for some reason.
Super
You
weird.
can't quit your guy.
Can't click
Yeah.
his guy.
Can't quit you.
Represents Garrus. Controlled by
Never saw that in Gunsmoke.
Dave. So weird. Can you click him now?
I might have to refresh things. Hang on.
Here. I'm gonna move you off the dragon. Can you click him?
Nope. I'm just gonna refresh real quick and see if that helps.
Okay.
Ooh, excuse me.
Okay, now I'm good.
Okay.
Let me
Put you back over there.
give my initiative.
Yeah, just let me know.
All right. Hey Ed, I'm gonna need. I'm gonna do my hellish rebuke from that lightning breath.
12.
So
Yep.
I need
Yeah,
the blue
12.
dragon. Will need to do a dexterity save.
Already went. MacGuffin. Yeah. So the old initiative was on here. MacGuffin, what was your initiative that you rolled?
I think it's 15.
15. Okay.
Yep.
Got it. All right. I think I'm situated now. All right. Cool.
Sure you
Nice.
are.
All right. So, your hellish rebuke was a 25 damage.
Yes, he needs to make a DC 15 dexterity save.
Ooh. All right. Hold on.
He takes half on a success, so he takes
Sure.
12
Uh-huh.
if he makes it.
Yep.
Oh.
So he just kind of like arcs off to starboard, and so he takes half of that.
Yeah, he takes 12.
Okay. But first blood on that guy. right. MacGuffin, it is your turn, sir.
All right. Well, the dragon's flying us into position, but I guess that's later.
So let's look at what your dragon can do. You are on hearth, whatever, however you want to say that word.
We'll say hearth.
Okay, hearth. Hearth can fly 80 feet, and hearth can do a 40-foot line of flame. That is 12d6 or 42 damage. Hearth also has a sleep breath in a 30-foot cone.
Okay.
And obviously, bite,
realized.
claw, whatever.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
I may not be the dragon slayer, but I am the dragon first blooder.
Yeah.
Okay, was Hearth the cranky one or a different one?
That was Glow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glows.
And is Hearth male or female?
Female.
Female. Okay. Mistress Hearth, I've got a couple of things that can help you out in this battle. First of all, I don't even know.
So if you're gonna let her drive, is what you're saying?
Yeah, she's going
Okay.
to drive, and I'm going to give her a couple of boosts here.
All right. Tell me what you do first.
I have one this round and one next round.
So do your thing, and then she's gonna go do her thing.
Here, this will protect you. I pull out a hyper spray, pull up a scale. Psst. Warding bond.
What does that do?
Let's see. It wards a willing creature you touch and creates a mystical connection between you and the target until the spell ends. While the target is within 60 feet of you, it gains a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah, that
It
is
has
pretty cool.
resistance to all damage.
Oh my goodness.
Very well.
Also, each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a big drawback on that spell.
All right, MacGuffin.
All right. Well, we're going down together, but
All right. Hearth is not messing around. She has locked eyes on that young blue because her sister has just been electrocuted. So she flies 10, 15, 20 over here, and she breathes some flame on that young blue dragon. So 42 damage. The dragon needs to make a saving throw. Sapphire. All right, bro. Let's see how you do. And say it, and he failed. So a flash of flame just torches the wings of Sapphire.
good shot. Good
All right.
shot, Jensen.
Okay. Lady Elnora, your turn.
Okay, so
Here, I'm going to give you control of the dragon.
Okay.
Hold on. I just need to do that real quick. I should be able to control. Oh, hang on. I'm working on it. Sorry. Shine. Edit. Control by. All right. You should have control now.
okay. Let's see. What is Shine's movement?
Her movement.
Well, as long as it's more than 40, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, so her movement is gonna be 80 feet.
Okay.
Her breath weapon is acid,
Mhm.
a 40-foot line, and it's 98 or 40 damage, and she has slowing breath as well.
Okay. I'm gonna fly straight towards her. As I pass by Hearth, I'm gonna call out if I can. I don't know if they can hear me. I'll call out to
Okay.
Hearth to say, focus on the green. Support the Minotaur. I'll deal with this one.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna go full attack on the blue.
All right.
With, how many melee attacks can I make?
a bite, and 2 claws, I believe.
Okay, that's
Do you want me to
fine.
roll those, or do you want to roll them?
I'll have. Well, I don't know what the modifiers are. I can just roll a d20, and can you add the modifiers?
Yeah, so it's +7 on all of them.
Is that 1d20?
3 attacks +7.
Oh my goodness! Did I really just roll a 0? Oh, 1d0. That's
Yeah, you got to do a die 20. just chicken
It's a
that.
crit.
Let's do a die 20.
Is it? Okay, so this will be for the bite, Ed.
Okay.
16 to hit.
16 to hit. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure 16 hits. I'm going there. Hang on. Actually, a 16 misses.
Okay, I'm gonna burn my. Can I burn my inspiration for a shine?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Right, so I'll burn my inspiration. I'm gonna re-roll that for the bite attack.
Okay.
There we
That's it.
go. That's better.
All right, so the damage. Well, let's do the 2 claws first and see what goes through. 21 is a hit.
That's my old roll.
Oh, sorry.
What is my modifier for the claws?
Same, +7. +7 for all the
No,
attacks.
that's a 12. I don't think that's gonna do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. The claws are plus. Yeah, they're +7. Excuse me. 12 is not going to hit.
The claws miss, and the second attack with claws. Oops, sorry.
That's all right.
Second attack with claws. 18 to hit.
18 hits on the dot.
Okay, so she's gonna.
Do you want me to roll the damage, or do you want to roll the damage?
I'll roll the damage.
Okay. So the bite is 2d10 +4, and the claw is 2d6 +4.
4.
Woo!
Ooh.
Woo.
20 damage on the bite, and 2d6 +4 for the claw. The claw. Sorry. So 31 damage. All right.
All right. So
Yeah.
Shine is gonna just sink her teeth into the meat of Sapphire's shoulder, and she's gonna rake at it with her claws while she's got it gripped.
And so like dragons are spitting and locking up on each other as you're fighting in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably one of the most amazing things that most everybody here has seen. But yeah.
Here's a question, and I'll understand if you don't want to do this, but can I use my action surge for Shine?
I don't think you can action surge a mount, can you?
I don't know. I've never ridden a mount before.
I don't believe so.
Can I do an action surge to attack with my longsword?
Yeah, I'll allow that. Because it's an extra. It's a bonus action, right?
Yes. So I could do. Well, I get extra attack, and I can do an action surge. But if it's not my attack, then I don't know if I can do an extra attack on top of it. You know.
Well, so I would say, how many action surges do you get in a?
You just get 1 per short rest.
So you can take your action surge, but you're not going to be able to get normal attacks if you're controlling the dragon. This action surge is like your special attack, if that makes sense.
Yes. So action surge is just you can take 1 additional action on your turn. This can be used 1 time per short rest.
Yes. And you're attacking, not the dragon.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But can I attack? I can attack with my longsword.
You can. You're within range.
Okay. Okay. 1 moment, please.
No, take your time. You're good. This is exciting. I wish we had music. The problem is on.
Oh, look at that. Dirty 20.
Okay.
20.
Well, roll that damage.
Somebody watches Critical Role.
This is amazing.
8
All
damage.
right, Lady Elnora. She basically sinks her sword and puts out Sapphire's eye.
Oh, and now I'm going to do my
And
extra.
as you see,
now I'm
and
going to do my
Sapphire
extra attack.
rolls back and roars in pain as dragon blood splatters, like eye gunk splatters all over you, Elnora.
Don't
I'm gonna
forget,
do my-
when you attack, you get 2 attacks, right?
yeah, I'm going to do my
Yeah,
extra
go ahead.
attack.
Go ahead.
That is a 19 to hit.
That's a hit as well.
Rock on.
So I'm going to say it's just like you slashed her eye out, and then you came around in the same action and stabbed down, and that's when the ichor, the whole eye pops out and just explodes all over you.
Another 8 damage.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So you did 13 plus 8, right? 21? Or did you do more? Add up your damage for me.
I did 16 damage with a longsword.
Okay. 16 altogether with both hits?
Yeah, 16 altogether with the longsword.
All right.
Used to be Sapphire, now known as Little Vecna.
Right.
And then, okay, so while Shine has her teeth sunken into Sapphire and she's kicking with her claws, Elnora is just stabbing her towards the eye, trying to blind her.
No, you totally just, the whole eye just was immolate, like you put it out and then just, yeah.
Okay,
So
that's my turn then.
all right. So Tarn rolled a 2 and he's driving, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's it.
So Garrus, you're next. I don't know what you want to do.
I can't do anything from where I'm at. I'll hold my
Hold your-
action until Tarn does something, gets me into position.
Okay.
So I'll just
We're
take
gonna-
my turn at the end.
All right. So Noxus is next. This is gonna hurt.
Ouch.
All right. So Noxus's movement. She's a big girl. Her flight is 80 feet. And Noxus actually turns on her frightful presence. So everybody needs to make wisdom saves.
I have advantage on saving throws against being frightened
Yes.
as my Knight of the Sword feature.
Okay. And she kind of just flies here and makes ready. But she turns on her frightful presence. But everybody's gonna, I'm not gonna make the dragons roll, but everybody else needs to.
So I rolled once. I'm going to roll a second time for advantage.
Yeah, do I need to? Because I don't think I'm.
No,
I'm
you're okay,
impressed.
obviously.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That was terrible.
Big hard leg. Wow. Can you try doing that again? That's
Hey.
pretty quick.
Guys,
what
how
level
have we
are
not
we?
realized this? With us flying above the ground, we now have a Kinder Ace.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'll see myself out, guys.
Yeah,
Y'all have
see
a good
yourself
night.
out. You're lucky I don't kill you.
What,
All right.
What level are we?
All right, guys. The
What level?
Is Chuck's.
Kinder Aces.
What,
Well, I failed
What
terribly.
level?
I rolled, even with advantage, I rolled 2.
what
on both
level
rolls.
is the? So the
what level are
save.
we character?
Everybody's 6th level except for the dragons. obviously.
Garrus and I get a +3 to our roll then.
Oh, well, Garrus and you guys both made it.
All right. So yeah, it was.
So everybody
15 and
who
14,
did not make a,
Actually, whatever my charisma modifier is.
-1. No, I'm just kidding. It's a 4.
Yeah, we for those rolls we got +4.
Rock on.
okay, so basically the save was 16. So everybody who didn't make a 16 is frightened for 1 minute. But at the end of your turns, you can make your save again. We'll get there. Okay, so Tarn. What's the deal, Pickle? I'm guessing you're going after the green.
Nope.
No?
Nope. We're gonna go, how far am I from the blue?
Hang on. I got it. 60 feet. 50,
So
55.
the movement for glow is, I think it's 80, but let me look. The movement for glow is 80 feet for flight.
Yeah, 60 feet is how far we have.
Let's move her up 60 feet.
Oh Lord! All right,
Let Garrus take the stab with the DragonLance.
all right. Hang on, moving you guys too. Sorry. All right. Is there an attack that you want to do? With
Now
the
we're
dragon?
all nice and clustered for that breath weapon. From
Well,
the
I was gonna trigger Tim's held action by letting him take a stab with the DragonLance,
Okay.
and then I'll continue my movement and action.
All right. Well, you go ahead then, Tim. Do your thing.
I rolled a 31.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if that is actual. Wait, hang on.
So you rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus 5 plus
That's a hit.
4. I don't know why it's actually 3 less, but it doesn't matter.
You're gonna hit. So roll your damage, friend.
All right. So let's see. It does
Jeez.
12, 4. Yeah, okay, so 20 piercing and 13 radiant, so 33 total.
Okay. So Garrus comes in and stabs the lance down, and it hits through the breastplate of Sapphire. And Sapphire is gravely wounded, but somehow still alive.
All right, so I pull it out and I stab her again.
That's what she said. No, that's
Oh, really?
I couldn't help it. I've been drinking whiskey tonight. Sorry.
21
21 hits.
for another 22 points of damage.
Okay. As you pull the lance out and stab again, it is the death throw of the blue dragon. The blue dragon becomes limp and then just starts to fall. And of course, Shine is just like done with you. She pushes off.
Spits out a chunk.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him off the.
Hi, Sapphire.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.
All right, I don't know.
That was a pretty good first round, guys.
Can you move me 20 more feet to the right, or 20 more feet, kitty corner to the northeast?
Yes. So
northeast. Wait, hang on.
10, 15. Over here
Northwest.
or northwest?
Northeast.
Okay, so
Over here.
5, 10, yes.
I'm trying to, because we've already used the attack, so.
Yeah, like is
right
that
there.
over here? Is that good?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say with the first ping because I'm watching you on Facebook.
Okay.
Well, we've got her like triangulated.
does
now.
Glow
We could all
attack
hit her with the
or
breath
no?
weapon.
There you go.
Does Glow-
And then unleash the breath weapon.
Roger. All right. Working on it. Noxus. Wow. Yeah, I think on a 20, Noxus is able to kind of go out, and we'll take half, I believe. Just let me double check. Glow.
What is it?
Saving throw 42 on a failed save, or half as much on a successful. So 21 damage. So basically, the bolt of flame kind of grazes the top main of Noxus. Burns away hair, and she's just pretty pissed.
Hair.
My cantrip did more than that.
Hey, look, she didn't shave her legs. I mean,
Well, dragons have manes. They have hair on them. People don't. I mean, anyway, in some fantasy. Whatever.
Not my DragonLance.
Oh, wow. All right, then. We have
Make
tossed the
Elmore
gauntlet
dragons
down,
fearless
have we,
again.
Megan?
that has got to be some class ability for some April Fool's joke we do someday. Not-
Erebon, you're opening round 2, sir.
All
Oh,
right.
blast him, Erebon.
Erebon is definitely going to.
Erebon is definitely scared.
blast.
Oh,
Erebon
that's
is
true.
definitely scared.
Dang
Son
it.
of a dog.
So
Um,
you need to play off of your frightened condition, sir.
I am so scared. And I don't get a saving throw until the end of my turn.
Yes.
Yes, the end of your turn.
Okay.
Sorry. You do not want to go near that dragon. Well, so Frightful Present So when we talk about frightened in 5e, do we need to look that up?
You just can't
No, I can't move
move
towards
toward
the source
it.
of my fear.
On
And I
purpose.
think you have disadvantage on
and
attacks.
I have disadvantage on attack rolls against it.
Abilities, attacks.
Are you also re-rolling for the Dragon's Breath weapon on Ari's turn? Just curious.
Right, the recharge.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that. I could just do that now. I'll just roll 6.
So I
Did
I'm
not
going
recharge.
to turn to Ari and I'm gonna tell him, steer the dragon away from the green, get us away from the green dragon, and then I'm going to I imagine the saddle's probably like a pretty big thing to hold 2 people.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of duck down as low as I can within my seat. And
behind the Kinder.
yes, I'm hiding behind the Kinder. And I'm just gonna stick my hand up and blast some magic missiles out of it, and then duck back behind the Kinder.
Okay. So I mean, that's actually not a bad thing that you did.
Use your highest level spell slot.
Right. So go ahead. Roll your damage for the magic missile.
So yeah, I am going to use. I'm just going to use one of my wizard spell slots for this one. So it's just going to be 3 darts.
Ugh.
Not great.
Ping, ping, ping.
Yeah, so 11 damage. Okay.
11 damage, and then I'm gripping Ari from behind, trying to hide behind him.
Game over, man! Game over! All right. Ari, it's your turn.
Man, okay, so he's frightened, but I'm not.
He's you've never seen Erebon scared before.
So technically, he has no say whatsoever. If I charge
still
that
scared.
dragon right now and drive right into him and make him freak out.
On you.
As long as it's not willing, you can do it.
Yeah, by the way, you did not recharge your breath weapon this round.
Okay. All right. Okay. I am going to basically follow Ereben's instructions because he's freaking out. Has he made his save yet? Is he
Nope.
getting over
I failed.
it?
Oh, you failed your wisdom save? Yeah, you did.
All right. What is the dragon's movement and range? He can 120?
80 feet.
80 feet,
80
and
feet
then his
movement.
range?
Yeah, that's your 80 feet movement. The range of the breath weapon doesn't matter right now because it's not recharged. So you have 80 foot of movement.
Okay. All right. I about how this blue dragon is exactly what's gonna happen to this guy. Only a little bit lower. All sorts of body parts.
So there's a lot going on. We're gonna
Yeah.
see if Noxus hears you
Yes.
first, and most
Noxus
likely
is
he
a really
will.
cool name for a green dragon. By
Making
the way.
like
Yeah.
jokes, making like gestures of all sorts that are just not appropriate for children.
He heard you. Or
Oh.
I'm sorry. Yeah, she heard you. It's a she. Oh God. So I need to make a charisma check, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So she made the save. She just looks at you and just she just growls. It was a good try.
I'm gonna tell my ride to basically back off.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
Fly, maybe. I want to say full range of movement. I'll make an attack. Let's go with just basically my light bow. Thank you, Megan, for handing that to me.
You can't attack. Remember?
I can't attack.
No.
Okay.
Unless
Alright,
you've got
then
some
I
type
am
of
going-
bonus action that gives you attack.
No, never mind then. I'm gonna back off. Get back as far south as I can.
Okay.
Because I thought I was gonna taunt, she was gonna be upset with me and come after me. So my dragon was gonna like fly, a little bit far behind.
Okay.
Draw the other dragons into her. But
And then Erevan freaks out because now he's closer to the dragon than you are.
Okay. So we're gonna go to MacGuffin. You scurred.
Darn straight I am. I'm here just like, and I'm reaching down into my belt and I pull out a vial, pop the cork, and there's just like juices run down. I am casting, and you tell me if this works. Heroism.
Okay.
Would that?
Well, let's look at heroism. How about that?
Let's see.
So heroism.
Basically,
you might not be able to. Are you sure you
with
can cast it on
bravery.
yourself?
You're immune
It's
to being
touch.
frightened.
I can
gain
touch
temporary
myself.
points.
Okay.
A willing
So-
creature you touch. Yeah, you could do yourself. I don't see that as an issue.
creatures
I-
immune to being frightened. I
Yes.
don't know if that means it ends the frightened condition.
I'm willing to say it ends it, but that's all you can really. You're not going to move the dragon. You're just going to handle yourself.
Right, but the dragon's moving.
Yeah,
is,
the Hearth is
know.
going to do some shit.
Basically, as I'm seeing it,
Speaking of which,
I am basically just boosting the dragon and keeping myself straight.
Hearth did not
Is that literally liquid courage you just drank?
pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with kind of techish ways of describing things. Might not be doing the best job tonight, but
Hearth zooms in and goes straight attack on the green. Hearth, excuse me. All right, lady, you can do it. You can do it. All right, so bite attack. Hit.
Yay!
yay.
I want to do it. There we go. Woo! Claw attack. Miss. Second claw attack. Hang on.
That should hit.
No, that's a miss.
Probably not.
That's a miss. But the bite hit.
Oh, no, never mind.
So her Hearth comes in, just takes a nasty snap, and tears the membrane of Noxus's wing,
Yikes.
or left wing. So 17 damage. Okay. All right. And now we go to Garrus.
Garrus is gonna hold again until the end of the round.
Okay. And now we go to Elnora.
Okay, so acid breath weapon is a line, right? Not a cone.
Correct.
Can I, in theory, hit Noxus without hitting
You can.
those two? Okay.
I mean, it's
Then
going to
that-
be close. She'll feel the heat of it, but should be fine.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Okay. So Noxus needs to make a save, I believe. Let me just double check. The save that needs to be made is DC 14. The damage is 40. Okay. Noxus. Okay, here we go. Made the
Got it.
save. So she'll
Darn it.
take 20 damage.
20 damage.
My
Can I
character was
make-
better than that one too?
Can I make my my wisdom save?
Yes.
Ten.
So I'm guessing they'll
Still
just
scared.
hover.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just hold position. Elnora has been trained to withstand dragon fear as much as anyone can.
Right.
So she'll hold position.
Okay, Garrus, you're holding. I'm guessing.
It's Noxus's turn.
It is Noxus's turn. Ooh.
Don't remind him.
I know. I get it. Things about to get hot in here. All right. So, poison breath. 60-foot cone. All right. I need Constitution saves from everybody. I don't know. Can I hit? I guess I can hit everybody, huh? Yeah, I think with the 60-foot cone, I can hit everybody. Everybody give me Constitution saves, friends.
23.
All right.
Well, except for me and Ari.
Add that
You
bonus
actually beat us?
to us, Tim.
Will do.
I mean,
we're
I gotta
saying
admit,
I'm also a dwarf.
threes. I think you can get us.
So a 20 and a 23. I got a 23. I'm sorry, 24 and a 21.
All right, so it's a DC 18.
Okay, so we both got it.
Okay. Just I got to roll for the dragons.
Yeah, and don't forget the warding bond.
Yep. No problem.
Yeah, that's gonna be painful, Trampus. You're gonna take damage twice.
Luckily, it's half damage twice.
All right.
Well, half damage at least once, because the dragon has a resistance to all damage. Oof.
Shine. All right.
Yay.
Okay. So I guess it was Glow that didn't make it. So everybody, did everybody make their save? No, MacGuffin did not make his save.
Of course I didn't.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, so whoever didn't make their save, take 56.
Ouch.
So if you make
I think
the
that's
save,
right.
I only
Let me double check. Sorry. Damn it.
Tim, I only take 14.
Because it's poison and you're a dwarf.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got it.
Thanks, Tim. You're the
You
best.
said
No, you-
56.
Yeah, so it's
56 and that's half damage.
56 damage.
So what's that? 28.
Failed save or half is half of 56. So
Is that 28 damage?
28, yeah.
But if your dragon made it, you take half of that, right?
yes.
So,
Oh, my dragon made it too.
Mhm. So it's really just.
So
So actually, you don't
Tim-
take.
You guys are good at
Tim,
math.
take
Can
that
you tell
back.
me?
I only take 7
Nice.
Why?
because I guess our dragons. We only took half to start out with. We
Yeah,
made
so
our save.
Glow did take 56.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
She's hurt.
So, Ed,
Yes, sir.
you know how we took 56 damage?
Well, you
I
didn't.
I have 45 hit points.
Oh no.
No. You didn't take 56 because your dragon made it. So you take half of 56. Then you make your save to take. If you didn't make it, so you'll take 28.
Oh.
But then he
okay.
takes
Yeah.
damage,
Then he takes-
whatever damage his dragon took, because of warding bond.
Oh. So
So,
28 plus
This is why
28.
you don't use that spell.
That's 56.
So 56.
You took 56 damage, sir.
Oh no.
it seemed like a good idea at the time. So,
Lesson learned, I hope, though.
well,
I mean,
No,
you're
no,
not
no.
dead,
Never
dead
use
though.
that
You're
spell
in
before.
death saving throw, right?
I can do that, yeah.
No, are you dead?
Can Kodiak do something to like absorb some of that damage from you?
Yeah, Kodiak has the deflect ability.
Oh,
I mean, Steel Defender has a deflect ability.
does
Does that work on a
this-
breath weapon?
I don't know.
I don't think that works on area.
The
effects,
defender
though.
Yeah, it's very.
imposes disadvantage
So just
on the,
I want to be clear.
and then it's.
You had
it's
45 hit
5
points.
feet.
You took 56 damage. That's not
Yeah.
enough to kill you. That's to put at death throws, right? Am I correct?
You just
You're
go down to
correct.
zero.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in death throws land, friend.
You'll be fine.
You're not
Is
dead
Cody-
You've
yet.
been there before.
It's
Is
not like
Kodiak
you're
immune
a
to
draconian
poison,
where
I'd
there's
imagine?
no death saves and you just
Let's see.
Yeah.
It's
Kodiak's,
not quite dead.
you need to roll a save for Kodiak.
Is he immune to poison? Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh.
damage immunity's poison.
Oh, okay. So he takes nothing. That's fine.
Yeah, I hope someone will take good care of him when I'm gone. Of course, he won't work when I'm gone, but
Maybe
you know.
Kodiak can like get a potion from your belt.
Yeah, intelligence of 4. No.
All right. All right, Tarn. Your turn. Let's finish this up, man.
Maybe you can role
All
play
right, you wanna
Kodiak.
roll
as
play?
well.
Let me roll a d6. Oh wait, did you use the breath weapon? Yeah.
Yeah, you got to roll for a recharge. Start of the turn.
Nope.
Okay, we're gonna go by.
It's an
We're
attack,
gonna hit him
baby.
on the backside.
Okay. Like over here. Is that good or no?
I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm way behind here.
So I think he wanted to kind of flank.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna flank him.
Oh, got it.
Because we've got the movement speed to do it. So
Yeah, that's fine. All right, we got the flank going.
And we'll bite and claw him. And then Tim can just roll all that, or you can roll all that. And then Tim
I'm
can
gonna
pick
roll
his
for
attack.
Glow's bite and claw. Bite. Claw. And claw.
Nice.
nice.
That's not bad. 2 hits. Okay. So 25 damage. All right, Tim, take us home, friend.
Kodiak's doing CPR on me.
28.
28 hits, dude.
No, I hit with a 23, and then he did 28 on the first attack.
Okay, still alive somehow, but he's not doing well.
The 21 hit.
21 does hit.
Ooh,
God.
21
Oh,
kills
my
that
God.
dragon, man. All right.
42 points of damage.
On your second hit, you pierce him right through the. You just get him right through the brain pan, and you just the whole dragon goes limp. Done. All right.
That's
That
3
wasn't too
dragons.
hard.
That's 3 dragons you've killed now.
3 dragons in 2 games.
3 check marks next to that bucket list.
That's right.
Right.
I
So-
like some assist kills on that one.
You get the assist.
Right.
You
of
do.
course.
You do.
No,
All right. So
Look, Huma
before we-
technically only killed like 2 dragons.
we are above time. We started late tonight, and I think this is fine to let's keep the suspense going to see what happens with MacGuffin. So
More dragon.
yeah, MacGuffin is on death throes, so we're gonna see what happens. We're still midair, and I want to say thank you to Megan for joining us this evening. I'm hoping you can join us maybe next session if you have time. And thank you for being here this evening. We love you guys, and enjoy what's left of the night.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
All right.